Imagine a sea of Australian flags waving under the scorching sun, chants echoing through city streets, but hidden among the crowd are faces that could rewrite our nation's history. What if I told you that at the heart of these anti-immigration rallies, neo-Nazis are rubbing shoulders with elected politicians? Buckle up, because this isn't just a protest, it's a powder keg waiting to explode. Hit that subscribe button right now for the unfiltered truth on Aussie politics. You won't want to miss what's coming next. As the March for Australia rallies swept across major cities like Melbourne and Sydney, thousands gathered under the banner of national pride, voicing concerns over immigration policies they claim threaten jobs and culture. But peel back the layers, and a darker undercurrent emerges. Eyewitness accounts reveal neo-Nazi groups, notorious for their white supremacist ideologies, infiltrating the crowds with subtle symbols like the Celtic cross or coded chants that echo historical fascist rhetoric. These aren't fringe elements, they're organized, with leaders from groups like the National Socialist Network spotted coordinating with rally organizers. Politicians from minor parties, including those with seats in state parliaments, have been seen sharing stages or social media shout-outs with these extremists. One such figure, a vocal anti-immigration MP, was photographed shaking hands with a known neo-Nazi sympathizer, sparking outrage from civil rights groups. The rallies, promoted as peaceful demonstrations against what participants call an invasion of migrants, quickly turned volatile. Clashes with counter-protesters led to arrests, with police struggling to separate the legitimate demonstrators from those inciting violence. Dig deeper, and you'll find online forums buzzing with recruitment drives, where rally footage is used to lure disillusioned youth into radical circles. The government's response? A tepid condemnation, but no concrete action to bar hate groups from public events. This blending of mainstream politics with extremism isn't new, but its boldness here is alarming. As tensions rise, questions loom. Are these politicians knowingly aligning with hate, or are they blind to the company they keep? The implications for Australia's multicultural fabric are profound, potentially eroding trust in democratic institutions. And just when you think it's contained to the streets, surprise! Leaked emails show rally funding trickling in from overseas donors with anti-immigrant agendas, raising fears of foreign interference in our domestic affairs. But wait, the plot thickens in ways that could shake the foundations of our political landscape. Midway through these rallies, a bombshell dropped when an undercover journalist revealed audio recordings of a secret meeting between a prominent politician and neo-Nazi leaders, discussing strategies to amplify anti-immigration sentiments ahead of the next election. This isn't speculation. It's hard evidence that's now circulating in underground channels, forcing mainstream media to scramble for coverage. The politician in question, a rising star in a conservative faction, denied involvement at first, but the voice match was undeniable, sending shockwaves through Parliament. Protesters, many of whom joined believing it was a grassroots movement, now find themselves unwittingly part of a larger agenda. Stories from attendees paint a vivid picture. A young father, worried about housing shortages blamed on immigration, marches alongside tattooed skinheads chanting slurs he doesn't fully grasp. A surprise twist came when federal intelligence agencies issued a rare public warning about the risks of radicalization at such events, citing increased online traffic to extremist sites post-rally. Yet, politicians continue to attend, framing their presence as support for free speech. This duality creates a compelling narrative of deception and division. On one hand, genuine economic anxieties fuel the crowds. On the other, opportunistic extremists exploit them for recruitment. The rallies organizers, a loose coalition of patriot groups, insist they're not affiliated with Nazis, but photos tell a different story, banners with subtle supremacist icons waving freely. As the day unfolded, moments of unexpected unity emerged too, like when a migrant counter-protester engaged in dialogue with a rallygoer, humanizing the debate amid the chaos. But these glimmers are overshadowed by the violence, fists flying, tear gas deployed, and ambulances rushing in. The biggest surprise? Internal polls leak showing a spike in support for anti-immigration policies among young voters, influenced by rally viral videos. Aussie Political Updates brings you this raw insight. Stay tuned as we uncover more. Now, as the dust settles from these explosive rallies, the real question hits. Will this unholy alliance between neo-Nazis and politicians reshape Australia's future, or will it ignite a backlash that unites us against hate? Investigations are ramping up, with calls for parliamentary inquiries into the politicians' ties, but whispers suggest cover-ups at high levels. One rallygoer, a former military veteran, shared a harrowing tale of being approached by extremists offering protection against imagined threats, only to realize too late the group's true intentions. This personal story underscores the human cost: families torn, communities divided. Surprise revelations continue. A data breach exposed donor lists linking wealthy business tycoons to the rallies, fueling accusations of elite manipulation. The government's immigration minister dodged questions in press conferences, but body language experts noted telltale signs of discomfort. As counter-movements gain traction, organizing multicultural festivals in response, hope flickers for reconciliation. Yet, the neo-Nazi presence lingers like a shadow, with intelligence reports warning of planned escalations at future events. This isn't just about borders, it's a battle for Australia's soul. Compelling voices from all sides, from immigrants sharing success stories to economists debunking myths, paint a multifaceted picture that's impossible to ignore. In the end, these rallies expose fractures we can't afford to overlook. For the latest on this and more, subscribe to Aussie Political Updates, your go-to for unvarnished political truths. What do you think? Comment below.